What's up, Capricorn? This is Jesse with 44 Astro with a general full moon tarot reading for the full moon coming up on April 23rd. It's going to be at 7:48 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's going to be at 4 degrees Scorpio, which will put it in the 17th mansion of the moon. I'll put a picture of the 17th mansion of the moon up. It's really about having strong foundations financially and in your relationship. You can read about it. The astrology kind of supports that because the moon will be opposite the sun. The moon is in Scorpio and the sun is in Taurus, which is about our foundations, what we have materially, feeling secure, specifically materially. And Scorpio is about shared resources and transformation, right? So burning down security so you can build something new. And they're both square Pluto. So power could be kind of an issue right now, or wanting to assert yourself or have power or be looked at as someone with power. For a Capricorn ascendant, you're talking, your 10th or 11th house. So you could want respect at work or power at work, right? It could be on your mind. Or getting more out of work, like materially, so that you can feel more secure and it gives you more kind of power over your life. 11th house would be your role in society, like your social group. So wanting to be looked at as someone as a person of power, respect, and that's Capricorn and to a T, really, and Saturn, right? You want to be looked at as somebody with prestige. You want to earn it, but you want to be looked at as somebody with respect and prestige. Oop, right there. This card's been coming up a lot. Work through your fears, Capricorn. So, and that's only if you're Capricorn ascendant. And to know your ascendant, you need to know your birth chart. So you would need to know what time you were born, where you were born, the date you were born. You can generally get that from, like, if you're in the U.S., from a birth certificate. Oh, it doesn't want to go anymore. But a birth certificate that's like one that you would get for like a passport, because it'll have your actual time on it. And the ascendant changes every 2 hours. So you need to know almost down to the minute to be more accurate. Oh, money seems to be the thing here. This could be you moving forward financially and just some kind of opportunity. Looks like recently there was some kind of something that came to you, some kind of offer of money or some kind of opportunity that came financially, or some kind of message about money, that type of thing. It says work through your fears, some kind of squabbling or argument. It could have to do with work, but it could be at home, could be just like with friends, social, some kind of squabbling or some kind of argument that went along. That's the conscious influence. That's what's steering kind of consciously what's going on here. The question's about big money, and it looks like a question is about a wish of big money. Like the big money is crossed by a wish. You can't make that up. Maybe the wish you got some kind of message about how to make a bunch of money, right? And you're trying to figure out how to implement that. But there may not be agreement on how to do it. It could be some kind of fears around what needs to be done, what risks should be taken to accomplish whatever this is you are trying to accomplish. It doesn't necessarily have to do with money, but kind of with that big money in the middle there, kind of feels like it does. And with this in the recent past. So this is secrets or something hidden, but it also can be wisdom, intuition. Kind of knowing what to do. Like if you just really kind of just feel it out, like meditate or just listen, be quiet, kind of just observe, let things flow. Don't put your thoughts into it. Don't put your emotions into it. And you'll be surprised how you're guided toward exactly what you need to do. The unconscious influences the world. So you do have everything you need, right? It's right here. So you do have everything you need for this. And you right now, many of you either getting into a love relationship, have a really major love interest and it's a good one, or you're relying on your love life, like you're relying on your loved one. That's like what's really helping you. Like, or love in and of itself is helping you, or what you need to rely on. It's you right now. But not everything is known. You're going to have to kind of open up to kind of understand what's going on. In your environment, you're creating something, right? This is your manifestation. You are the magician. You have everything you need, and you have the world, which means you have everything you need. You have all the tools you need to create exactly what you're trying to create there. But there seems to be some kind of fear, like maybe fear that you won't accomplish it, fear that you won't get the credit you deserve, that kind of thing. You're going to have to drop that. Be the change you want to see in the world. Vibrate a specific way, because everything is reflectory. Everything's energy, frequency, and vibration. Where your control or where your power comes in is in your energy, frequency, and vibration. You can't control how all this energy interacts with each other all around you, but the narrative in how it affects you is your choice, is your power. So if a situation comes up and you don't look at it as a good situation, maybe you feel like it's a negative situation, you feel defeated or you feel afraid or you feel like something could happen because of it, gives you anxiety, guess what? You're going to reflect that out, and it's going to get reflected back with the energy around you, because it's like you won't know exactly what's going to manifest, but it's going to be something that reinforces those thoughts and feelings in you, because that's your pattern, that's your cycle. Like the solar system has a cycle, the seasons have a cycle, the moon has a cycle, right? Everything's in patterns in our material world. And you have your own pattern that you can build right here. And patterns aren't easy to change. Cycles aren't easy to change, but you can change them. Your little solar system here, if you can figure out how to think, how to feel, when you're thinking and feeling a specific way, when you look at all situations as something to help you be better, to help you grow, make you happy, then you're going to be surprised how that reflects out and then gets reflected back to you in situations that support that. Because that's what you're making, that's what your energy is suggesting that you want. So be the change, right? If you're like, oh man, if I was super rich and wealthy, I'd be super generous. If that's the case, you need to be it right now. You need to live it. You need to be the change. And then you'll be surprised, the more you do that, how the power around you reflects it. You have to understand how the energy works. You're reflecting out. Your eyes are mirrors. Everything's reflective. Everything's a mirror for everything else, to reflect energy, to interact. And if you want a certain reflection, you have to start building a specific pattern in yourself and reflecting it out there, so that when it gets reflected back, it's in a way that supports that within you. And it doesn't change like that, because once it's stuck into a pattern or it's set in a pattern, it's gonna expect you to want that, and that kind of stimulus that you're used to, it's going to keep happening, because it's going to try to build that in you again, because it thinks that's what you want. So it takes time and effort, conscious effort, to alter your own vibration, frequency, and vibration, your own energy, frequency, and vibration. And if you can do that, you will eventually change it. And then the things around you will react and reflect in a different way. But fear will keep the reflection, or what's reflected back to you, to reinforce fear. So you have to break out of that. You have to I'm not saying you shouldn't have a healthy preparation for anything that could happen, but you don't want it to alter what you do. You don't want fear to be the guiding factor, because then things will reflect to you that will stimulate fear, because it thinks that's what you want to steer things. But you have to unite the sun and the moon within yourself, the conscious and unconscious aspects. But it says, right here in your environment, you're creating what you want. So know that you're doing that all the time, and be very cognizant of it. The advice is going to say that you have to stand up for what you want. If there's something you're afraid to say or step forward in this situation, you need to say it. You need to step forward and be like, look, my perspective is the right perspective, and it's going to be the most profitable perspective, or it's going to help us forward. You know what I mean? Understand the give and take. The outcome is generosity, or understanding the give and take balance. The balance of the give and take. It isn't only about taking. It isn't only about giving, right? It's both. And you want those constantly moving. That's why I said, like, if you're generous and you give money, money's going to flow back to you, right? And you need to take it and accept. If someone offers you a gift, accept it. Don't ever like take away someone's opportunity to give, because you want things given to you, and you also want to give them out too. You want to keep that energy flowing. You find a penny or on the ground, or like a dime. I don't care if it's on heads or tails. Don't be superstitious. Pick up the money. You want money coming into your life? You want the universe and the energies to know that when money comes to you, you take it, right? You don't refuse the money. If that's what it is that you want, it looks like it is what you want. You want stability here. It looks like you want stability and balance. That's what you're trying to create. You want love. You want balance. You want stability. That's your wish. You want the big money. You want pure love. Who doesn't? But you have to live. If you had those things, what would you be thinking right now? What would you be doing? How would you act? What are the things that you would do? Do them. Vibrate that. Reflect it. Think like that. And then over time, it's going to start reflecting back to you. And then the situations around you are going to promote those things in you. And it's not about controlling it. It's about influence. That's what it's all about, is influence, energy exchange. You can play your role within it, which is your little device here, this complicated mechanism, this bio weapon, this bio machine, right? That's where your power is. Fine tune it. Use it. You have to open up that unconscious and that conscious. Get those energies flowing together. Get that channel open. Don't repress anything. Acknowledge everything that comes at you. Know what you're capable of. Know your darkness as well as your light. Integrate those things. Because if you don't have a full view, if the whole mechanism isn't operating, then you can't fine tune it. If anything's repressed, any fears, any unconscious influence, gotta have it open. Gotta have it open. Gotta work through it. Fine tune it. Get what you want. That's how it works. Okay, that's all I have, Capricorn. Please consider liking, subscribing, and commenting. You don't have to if you don't want to, but it really helps push the videos forward, especially comments. That'll get me more views, and I really need watch hours right now. That's what I'm really focusing on, because I don't know how I'm going to get those next 2,000 watch hours in the next couple months. Probably not, but it's still worth the try, and I'm still going to try to push it forward. But either way, you don't have to if you don't want to. I'm just grateful for the view, and I'm grateful that you're here, Capricorn. I hope to see you here again. Happy full moon.